Hello, my name is Shawn B. Martin, and welcome to Shawn's First Blog. We are on the fifth part of what is sure to be a, oh my god, I don't even want to think about. The entries are a little sparse over this particular period. I'm not sure why. During certain months, like at the height of my blogging, it's going to get pretty intense. In January of 2005, per instance, what? These are the things that I cut out when I'm doing Survive or Die. For instance, there were 17 entries in that 1 month. There were 20 the month before it. But so what I'm talking about is the month that we're currently in, which is September. There were only 5. The next month, October 2003, there was 1. But it does ramp up, and then of course it drops way back off until I disappeared from this website. So if you remember, last week in 2003, not present time, I went to see Dave Matthews Band, which remains one of my favorite live experiences. If you've never seen Dave Matthews and you like Dave Matthews, you're missing half of the picture. You have to see it. You have to experience it. It's amazing. But one of my absolute favorite bands from my childhood, Five Iron Frenzy, is breaking up at this moment. At this moment in time, they are breaking up. And they were about to go on their last tour, which in the typical self-deprecating sense of humor that they had was called the Winners Never Quit Tour. Very clever. In preparation for that tour, they were doing a couple warm-up dates. And that tour was not hitting my area. It was not even close. But one of the warm-up dates was, and it was all the way up in, I think it was in, it says right here, Allentown, which took an hour and a half to get to. Thanks, Dad, for driving me, as usual. And he liked Five Iron Frenzy, too. I'm sure he wanted to go, too. They were opening for a much, much larger and more famous Christian band called Audio Adrenaline. There's a fantastic cover version of Free Ride by Free Ride? Doobie Brothers? Free Ride? I feel really bad that I don't know. Edgar Winter? Really? Free Ride is by the Edgar Winter Group originally? I don't think I knew that at all. Really? Okay, that's really bizarre. Edgar Winter's the same group that did the Frankenstein instrumental that is awesome, and he plays like percussion and guitar, and anyway. Whoa, okay, way off track. Five Iron Frenzy was playing their last show. I saw another awesome show over the weekend. Five Iron Frenzy, probably the last time I will ever see them. That now, it's a good thing I put probably this time, that is probably not the last time I will see them. They will be going on at least a US, if not a partial world tour, coming up later this year and next year. They're going to release a new album early 2013. It's insane. They're back in full force. I bought a t-shirt and their new CD, which was The End Is Near. They later released The End Is Here, which included The End Is Near and their entire last show recorded live from Denver, Colorado on a second disc. Way too much information. Why, Shawn? Bought their new CD and was going over to look at the Audio A Cooper Mini. They had a painted Cooper Mini. When Reese walked past us, Reese Roper is the singer for Five Iron Frenzy. We stopped him and ended up talking to him for about 10 minutes. Cue picture on the screen. That is a very, very awkward picture of us. There's a better picture of us that we took at the same time, like with both of us smiling. I don't know where that one is. All I have is this one. I don't know why. We talked to him for about 10 minutes about what he's doing after Five Iron and stuff. The show was amazing. The venue was really small, so I got to be way closer to the band than I'd ever been before. And even better, the sound was incredibly good. They played everything from Upbeats and Beatdowns, that was their first album, to Electric Boogaloo, that was the album before the one that had just the last one. And some new stuff. Awesome, awesome show. Audio A put on an excellent performance too, but I was so taken by Five Iron Frenzy, I wasn't thinking as much about it. Thanks for being so cool, Reese. It was great to be able to talk to him even just for 5 minutes. I I could get the sense of what kind of a person he was from that 5 minutes, or 10 minutes as I claimed. I'm sure it wasn't 10 minutes. I'm so glad they're back. I'm so glad they're back. Okay, so a couple days later, Monday, the 22nd of September, 2003. Last week was pretty uneventful until Thursday, at which point Hurricane Isabel hit and turned everything to heck. So I'll say things like fuck in this thing, but for some reason the hurricane turned everything to heck. Fortunately, my house didn't lose power or anything like that. I didn't have to work on Friday. So what am I complaining about? So What's-Her-Face and I just hung out most of the day. Saturday I worked, and then yesterday Sugar Plum, this is awful, and I both had off. We went to church, then we went to see Matchstick Men, which is a Tony Scott. I think it's Tony Scott, not Ridley Scott, and it stars Nick Cage and Justin Hammer from Iron Man. Why do I always forget his name, man? Oh, it's killing me. Sam Rockwell. I got it before I found it, but you don't have to believe me. Sam Rockwell and Nick Cage. It's a good movie. Then went to Quiznos, which is it's a like gourmet version of Subway. If you've never heard of, hopefully you've heard of Subway, probably. And bought a Philly cheesesteak that was good, but definitely not a Philly cheesesteak. Then we came back and hung out here, watched the Emmys. Today was school, and it wasn't too bad. Tomorrow is early dismissal, but I have to work. That almost ruins it, but not quite. And then this entry, for some reason, has 28 comments. So let's check this out. Okay, this is Trav from my band. This is the first comment. Hi, Shawn. Second comment. Whoosh! Third comment. Hee hee hee. Fourth comment. John is at my house right now. Fifth comment. Tomorrow is band practice. Sixth comment. Right? Seventh comment. Why am I so pathetic, says John. Eighth comment. It's not your fault, John. Ninth comment. Don't you agree, Shawn? 10th comment. I certainly hope so. I've lost count. Hee 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 hee. Your profile picture doesn't look much like you. Actually, that is, I don't know what my profile picture was at the time, but it still doesn't look like me, the one that's up here. You almost look like a girl. Not quite, though. Just kidding. You think that I'm impressed with your one-night stands and your contagious kiss? I'm hoping that's lyrics to a song. Hold on. Matchbook Romance. Yeah, 'cause I'm ridiculous like that. Have a nice day! Exclamation point. Then my friend Christian said, Travis is disturbing me. I said, you think he's not disturbing me? He said, good point. See you in school tomorrow. Oh, kids. And then Holly finally weighed in. She said, I was wondering why you had so many comments. Haha, and that isn't fair. You actually have a Quiznos. I have commercials for Quiznos, but no actual Quizno establishments. Same thing with Sheets and Sonics. It's not Sonics, it's Sonic, but whatever. Sonic looks good, too. Damn Scranton, damn them for not having anything. I'm sure that must have changed by now. Sonic, if you've never heard of it, Sonic is a drive-in, like in the style of 1950s hamburger drive-ins, where you pull in, you push a button, you place an order, someone comes out on roller skates and brings you your order, sometimes rollerblades if they're really good. And they have like change on the little ching 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 thing. It's bizarre. It's out of the past. But it's the best thing about them is their food is amazing. And anyone who says otherwise doesn't like hamburgers or Americana. I've had people who've been like, I don't really like their burgers. And I'm like, do you like McDonald's or Burger King? Well, yeah, they're not bad. What? Anyway, Tuesday, the 14th of October 2003. This is the one that is the singular post of the month. Zanga changed the entry form. That's weird. And I spelled weird W-Y-R-D, which you should go ahead and Google that yourself and find out the origin of the word weird. Now I just want to tell you. No, Google it for yourself. Go look it up. It's fake. Anyway, it's been about 8 years since I wrote. Sorry, I don't know how popular I am. It's hard to judge when I get 22 comments from one person. But anyway, the band is going good, the Hun is still a sweetie pie, and the education is going pretty well too. We were going to play a show last weekend, but that fell through. We were going to play a show on October 31st, but that got pushed back, and we had an uneventful practice last week. This week should be better. Tomorrow, the Did and I went to see School of Rock over the weekend. Awesome. Jack Black is so funny. No, I'll stand by that. School of Rock is a great movie. And this movie is seriously his movie. I loved it. We're going to the Renaissance Fair this coming weekend. That should be pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, or if I have, it must have only been in passing, but there's like a major Renaissance Fair just that way, like 10 miles. Like, it is the largest one in this area. There's a pretty big one in Ohio, which is west of here about, I don't know, 500 miles. And then ours, and it's a pretty big one, and it runs like something like 2 months, close to the end of the summer every year, and then they have, around the calendar, they have special events at the mansion. There is a mansion on the estate. It's called Mount Hope, and the mansion is owned by some preservation society, and they put on all kinds of events there, including like scripted Dickensian Christmas events and Edgar Allan Poe influenced Halloween events. I've been to several of them, and they're awesome. They're great. Renaissance Fair this weekend. It's going to be, oh, that should be pretty cool. Seriously, it's probably going to be like 55 degrees. School is good. Calc is not too bad yet, parentheses. Hazel's 8th grade classes are pretty cool. Boyer is awesome, parentheses. Coolest teacher ever, question mark. Skinner is crazy with his philosophy, but very cool and interesting. Computer programming is entertaining at least. Parentheses, today I listened to Squad 5-0. We did a lot of like, it was a lot of like, here's a 10 or 15 minute lesson, now spend 25 minutes or whatever remained in the period to work on your whatever program we were working on. So we would go over there and stick our CDs in and put our headphones on, and that's what you do in programming class. And design engineering is interesting and cool because a lot of cool people are in there. Thumbs up. So if you have any prayer requests or anything, what? Okay, this gets weird. I thought I was serious, but now I think I'm not serious. So if you have any prayer requests or anything, leave a comment. I'll make a sacrifice to my pagan god and we'll see what we can work out. Any takers? Good night all. I don't know if I'm just being weird or what. That's it for this part of my teenage journal. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like below to support this series. Subscribe above if you have not already. If you enunciate, Shawn, enunciate.